Tavern, and we are happy that you are here with us for our Saturday afternoon performance of The New Adventures of the Three Musketeers. It's a pretty day outside, and we're glad we decided to share the wonderful darkness of the theater that we've been enjoying since about 9 o'clock this morning. No fun sometimes on Saturday, but we're really glad that you guys are here. Next, coming up on this stage is Aladdin. We're going to try to get a magic carpet to fly on this stage, and we're hoping that we can manage to do that. Aladdin opens the 24th of April. I think that's the correct date. I need to check that. And it closes on the 22nd of May. At that point in time, they're completely got this entire building rezoned, raise the roof, build some balconies, build the kitchen, add a bathroom at the back, do a whole lot of renovations that are multi-million dollars, and in the fall of this year, we'll have a brand new tavern. So we're inviting you all to come back and experience next season with us in a brand new facility. It will be great. On the stage in the evening, the Atlanta Shakespeare Company, Julius Caesar, they do Shakespeare better than anyone I've ever seen do Shakespeare. It's probably for audiences a little older than some of the faces that I see out here, because at the end when they do the Abracadabra thing, it's a little on the bloody side. So keep that in mind. If you're interested in tickets, give Jeanette a call at the box office. I'd suggest you hop on that fairly quickly, because nights are selling out, and they have a tendency to do that as we near the end of the run of the Shakespeare shows. Please, no cameras or recording devices of any sort. It does break our copyright laws. If you have one of these things, please turn it to silent operation or vibrate mode. If you have a cell phone, please take it from where it is and destroy it on that door like that, because it disrupts the equipment that they use in the tech booth to communicate with the staff on the floor. And when that happens, things don't exactly show up right on stage. So we appreciate it if you did not use a cell phone while you're in the building. Let's talk about how this show is set up. It's 2 acts. The first act is about 40 to 45 minutes. Then we have a 15-minute intermission. And then the second act is about 25 minutes. If you need to run to the restroom during either one of the acts, and I must stress to you, if you can wait till intermission, please do so. But if you have to go, please go this way, down the back, and through the curtain past the box office and tucked in an alcove to your right. Be aware of the fact that there are swords and daggers used in this show, and actors carrying swords and daggers also come and go through the same entrance that you're going to the restroom in. So if you don't like being impaled on a sword or a dagger, be very, very careful. And with that in mind, if you will all please take note of this red line that's around the stage here. This is the no-enter zone. This is the red line of death, as we call it. If you cross over this red line, our insurance doesn't really cover you that well. You're kind of taking your life in your own hands. And there's some pretty spirited sword fights that go on at certain points in the show. So please, for your own safety, and parents, I ask your help in this, keep kids and yourself on the other side of this red line, especially during Act 2. After intermission's over with, I would suggest that you park yourself on these in your chair and keep put for the 20 or 25 minutes that Act 2 lasts. It's for your own good, trust me. Last but not least, if anyone starts to get a little upset or cry or talk a bit about your quick trip to the back door back here, and everybody around you is going to be your friends when you leave and won't give you nasty looks because you interrupted the show that they were watching. That would be a really good thing. If you like what you see here at Kaleidoscope, please help us fill these seats by going out and telling the people that you know, your coworkers, your family, your friends, your neighbors, that we're doing a good job, and you'd like to tell them about something that's really fun, so that they will call and book some seats for themselves and come and increase our number volume in the audience. That's all I have to say to you, Dan. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you.
564 pages long. The report's due on Monday, and I'm never going to get it done.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Just write about the characters like the people that you know. Some of them you like, some of them you don't. Be honest, say what you feel and think about it.
Never really thought about doing it like that. I really like that to support those parents. They're the three musketeers.
Yes, I know. I never feel well.
Really? Then why don't you write the paper?
Wrong answer, but thank you for playing.
Can't blame the guy for trying. I don't really like Colonel Richwood much. He's the bad guy, but he's good at that too.
Yep, I never liked you very much either. You were one and two.
Mom, some of your age should use words like dude. Really lame and insane.
Oh, well then, maybe I should take my tired old self out of here and let my hip happening son get back to work.
Mom, I'm 15 years old. I don't get scared of storms anymore.
Oh, right. I was just leaving. See you in the morning, tough guys.
Night. Okay. I'm gonna write what I really think about these people. Athos is the oldest musketeer. When he was younger, he was a nobleman who was very rich and aristocratic. Porthos is very handsome, but he's also very vain and self-centered. He likes all the finer things in life. Aramis is a really nice guy. He wants to leave the Musketeers and become a priest. Cardinal Richelieu is one bad dude. Thanks, Mom. He wants to be the one who rules all of France. He's very powerful, and he's also very evil.
Just go invest in milk,
let me worry about your immortal soul? When will that silly man ever learn that God helps those who help themselves? Wake up, boy! Apollo! What's going on? We see that you have finally arrived. I may say it is about time. D'Artagnan said you would be here 3 days ago. Who are you? What have you done to my room? I have errors, and you were in my room, which you have entered without my permission, like some thief in the night who has come to steal my belongings. Doesn't look like you've got much worth stealing. By God! See that you're all rude and discourteous, just like your cousin was when he first came to live in Paris. I have no idea what you're talking about. Did the devil steal your brain while you were sleeping, boy? You were the poor orphan cousin of my dear friend D'Artagnan, and I have graciously allowed you to come and stay with me here in Paris while he is away in service to the king as a musketeer. Did you say musketeer? Not only did the devil steal your brain, he stole your ears as well. Your name is John. You're from the most uncultured and simple-minded province of Gascony, and you've been given into my charge until your cousin returns to claim, which I sincerely hope is soon, given that you are most evidently a boy of visual sense and manners. You're doing it, right? Do you see nothing? This is so lame. Hold on. Okay, I'll play along. Out of curiosity, would you mind telling me what year this is? What year this is? You asked me what year this is. It is the same year as was yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. It is the year of our Lord, 1690. D'Artagnan told me you were a simple boy, but he did not warn me you were strange in the head as well. Okay, if your name is Aramis, I suppose you're friends with 2 guys named Athos and Porthos, right? I do not know this word. God, but I do have 2 friends who are like brothers to me, and their names are indeed Athos and Porthos. And there's this really bad dude named Richard. How am I doing so far? His Excellency the Cardinal was not the man I hoped in high regard. Okay, Mom, you can come out now. Joke's over. I don't know how much you're paying this guy to pretend he's a musketeer, but he's not doing a very good job of it. Who are you talking to? Look now. I don't know who you are, probably some out-of-work actor trying to make it that fun, but it's getting old really quickly. If I were not a gentleman and you were not my friend, I would challenge you to a duel for saying such a thing. You dare not challenge me to a duel because it is a well-known fact throughout all of Paris that you fainted at the sight of your own blood. Tell me it's so, Aramis. Tell it wasn't so. It's more excuse of a man and the nerve to insult my new hat. I did not mean to insult your hat, Porthos. I meant to insult you for having the nerve to wear something so dreadful and ugly. He said my feathers look as though I plucked them from the tail of a buzzard. Swine! For the love of France, if it will make you feel better, I will apologize to you and your hideous hat for all the truthful things I said about October. It would make me feel better indeed. Very well then. The matter is settled. That's much better. I suggest you remember your manners in the future. Who is this homely boy? Who are you calling homely? You checked that mirror lately? Ooh, and he's rude as well. Is he related to you, Athos? He most certainly is not. This is D'Artagnan's cousin Jean, who just arrived from Gascony. Not only is he homely, he's scraggly as well. Just like his cousin was before I got to the Guapan dress. It's plain to see I have yet another cross to bear. Leave the boy alone, Porthos. You must forgive my friend here for being so forced and impolite. My name is Athos, and I'm most pleased to make your acquaintance. We've all grown quite fond of your cousin D'Artagnan. Are we going to stand around chatting all day? Or are we going to have breakfast as we planned? You know how irritable I become when I haven't had my breakfast! Then by all means we must get you to the tavern at once. I do not intend to suffer your entire day of your incessant whining because you were late getting to the tavern. He is never in a good humor. You will learn to ignore him. I hesitate to be the one to remind you both that not one of us has money to pay for breakfast. You insult me, sir. I'll have you know that breakfast this fine morning will be courtesy of our dear friend Athos. Breakfast on me? Please. And just how do you expect me to accomplish this, Porthos?
My purse is as empty as your head.
All you have to do is smile a few times and accept and she'll meet us all a hearty breakfast fit for the kid. Lisette told her at the tavern and she's quite smitten with apples, although I myself have never quite understood her fascination with them. I sent Baldine off to fetch some milk. I had planned to be a gracious host and serve tea when you arrived. You are despicable. It is barely 8 o'clock in the morning, and already you sent Paul Bastine off to steal yet again from Madame LaSalle. Tea is not breakfast, Aramis. Breakfast is breakfast, and I want breakfast! Well?
Oh, for the love of friends, Aramis, put on your cloak and let's get into the tavern before I'm forced to throttle him.
I don't like you very much.
Ask me if I care. Now I am trying very hard this fine morning to imagine you as a civilized human being. So if you will kindly act like one, I am sure the day will pass in a much better manner.
I think my hat is lovely.
It doesn't match your shoes.
Genocide! Don't just stand there, boy. Come along, or you'll miss out on all the fun. This is too weird. There's no way that any of this is real. I am in the twilight zone. If that's the case, I might as well just play along and see what happens. You wanted to see me, Cardinal?
Look below us, just that.
What am I supposed to be looking at, Your Eminence?
And all the poor ignorant souls of Paris, dashing aimlessly about on their morning errands, completely unaware of the fact that soon they will be answering to me.
Answering to you, Cardinal Richelieu.
Don't sound so surprised, Justin. After all, who better than I to rule the rabble of France?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
I struck a bargain with the English, Justin.
You have made a deal with our enemies?
You should not be so quick to judge, mon ami. Those we now call our enemies may soon become our friends.
And how are we to accomplish this, Your Reverence?
The road to power is far less rocky than you may imagine, Justin. We will kidnap our beloved Queen Anne and hand her over to the English. They will hold her for ransom until her useless husband, the king, has surrendered all of France to them.
But what if he refuses to surrender?
Then I suppose the queen will be returned to France in a box suitable for burying.
You would sacrifice the Queen in order to gain control of France.
You have been captain of my Musketeers for many years, you said. You know by now that I would sacrifice anything or anyone to rule this land. The Duke of Buckingham has promised that I will be placed in charge of France once the king has been dethroned.
You realize that kidnapping the Queen will not be an easy task, Cardinal. There are guards watching her constantly.
That's why I summoned you, Justin. I wish you to charge Aramis with guarding the Queen tomorrow evening.
Aramis, he is one of the finest of the guard. No one will be able to get past him to kidnap the Queen.
Slander me with your doubt, Justin. I have devised a plan to woo Aramis away from his guard post. While he is otherwise occupied, we will snatch the Queen and hand her over to the English.
And what do I have to gain for helping you with your cunning little plan, Your Worship?
Always thinking of yourself, aren't you, yourself?
I dare not risk being hanged for treason unless I'm guaranteed to reap a large reward.
We reap that which we sow, Doctor. Do as I ask, and your crop will be bountiful.
That is all I needed to know.
assigned to guard the Queen tomorrow night. Meet me after Vespers here in my chamber. Together, we will kidnap the Queen. Now take your leave. I'm expecting another visitor.
As you wish.
See you in church.
We are enemies.
Your perfume betrays you, my sweet. Join me here on the balcony.
I suppose I really should be kissing your hand, Cardinal, but I do find it much more pleasurable to have your pious lips kissing mine instead.
My appetite is large. One kiss may not suffice or satisfy.
One kiss. It's all you get. I saw your henchman this afternoon. He makes my flesh crawl. Why must he be involved in our plan?
He is the brawn. You, the beauty. And I the brains of our little scheme to steal the Queen, my pet.
My words do trip off your tongue like honey from the stinger of a bee.
Bee does not use his stinger to collect honey, Dominic. He uses it to wound and to injure. Why are you still here? You should have left already. You'll miss them if you don't hurry.
What if they invite me to have breakfast with them? I could not imagine you expect me to pay with my own money. A few francs and a sou or two from your poor box would come in awfully handy this morning.
It's no price to pay for the good works you do for me, my child.
This paltry sum does not begin to pay the debt you will owe me when my task is complete.
Your reward will be great if you do your job well.
You more than anyone should know that whatever I do very well, Cardinal.
Be on your way, and do as I have instructed.
Shall I confess my sins to you now before I leave? Or should I wait till the sins have multiplied? Au revoir. For now. Sorry.
I almost feel sorry for poor Giuseppe, Dominic. Little do they know, there will be 2 less sheep in my flock when the wolf no longer needs to hide himself behind their wool.
Yes, it is. Do you like it?
Oh, maybe I do. It's most phenomenal.
Please, please, go ahead.
You look very handsome.
Please, continue.
Oh, good Lord, please don't tell me looks handsome, or we'll have to clear out all the tables to make room for your swollen head.
There she is. Stop smiling.
I most certainly will not.
We don't get served breakfast. I'm blaming you.
What are the two of you whispering about?
Alice was just saying how lovely you look this morning, Lisette.
You're broke again, and looking to be fed, aren't you?
You're as poor as shark mice and as hungry as wolves.
now, Baroness?
His name is Jean, and he is the cousin of our brave and absent friend, the dear D'Artagnan.
Welcome to the cochon room, Jean.
The air of the red pig!
Where are your manners, boy? Act like a gentleman and kiss the lady's hand.
Oh, I think he's even more handsome than his cousin, and you know how he sets my heart aflutter. Well, it's a pity he doesn't set your brain at thinking. Now, earn your head and get these poor freeloaders some breakfast coffee. Are you lost, or just thumbing this morning, Mademoiselle? Actually, neither, but thank you for asking. My name is Dominique, and I'm the Queen's new lady in waiting. I've come with a message from Cardinal Richelieu. And just what sort of a message is that son of a pope sent you to deliver to me? Oh, the message is not for you. It's for two of the Musketeers. Which one of you is Athos?
That would be I, mademoiselle.
Oh. Well, then you must be Porthos.
It pains me to disappoint you, mademoiselle. I'm Aramis.
So then I am the one who is disappointed. Someone has lied to me.
I'm afraid I don't understand. Who would do such a thing?
A servant girl at the palace told me that Porthos is the handsomest of all the Musketeers.
I am.
I must remember to tell her just how wrong she is.
She most assuredly is not. Do you suppose you might stop staring at him long enough to give us our message?
The Cardinal wishes to see the two of you in his quarters at once.
At once?
At once.
What does he mean at once? Doesn't he know that all respectable people are having breakfast at this hour of the morning?
The cardinal wants to see it. Must be for an important reason, Porthos. You better go.
Oh, all right. But if I die of starvation along the way, remember this, and remember it well. I want to be buried in my burgundy doublet with the lace cover, holding my sword. I should blame you for this. You could have at least had the decency to wait until after breakfast to deliver the message.
After you, mademoiselle.
I do hope I have the pleasure of seeing you again very soon, Monsieur Aramis.
The pleasure will be all mine. My lady. Oh man, he's up pretty good. Hold on. What did you say? I said I'll bet Cardinal Richelieu is up to no good. Why would you think that? You've never even met the top. Well, no. But I've read all about him, and I don't trust him.
Show me a person in all of France who does, and I'll show you a fool.
Cardinal is a very powerful man. No one dares to cross him. Doesn't it seem a little strange that he sent the Queen's lady waiting to deliver a message to Athos and Porthos? Now that you mention it, it does seem a bit unusual. He's up to something. I'll bet she's in on it too. I think you have an overactive imagination.
I'd listen to the boy if I were you. Heaven knows the Cardinal's done some pretty despicable things in the past.
I'm sure His Excellency would be very disappointed to hear you speaking ill of him, Lisette.
Well, well. Bonjour, Monsieur Jussac. To what do I owe the honor of someone of your importance gracing my lowly tavern?
I've always found your tavern rather charming, in a seedy sort of way. Oh my, what have we here?
Breakfast is almost ready. What's happened to Athos and Porthos? They were summoned by the Cardinal and had to leave for me.
I don't believe we've met, mademoiselle. My name is Jussac, and I am captain of the Musketeers.
staying for breakfast?
As much as I would like to stay and delight in your company, I'm afraid I have a very busy day ahead of me. I've stopped in just long enough to speak to Monsieur Heredith.
To me, sir.
I'd like you to stand guard in the palace tomorrow evening. As you well know, the King and Queen are being kept under the protection of the Musketeers until our troubles with England have been put to rest.
And who will I be guarding, Captain?
Her Majesty, Queen Anne, plan to be in the palace no later than 6 o'clock. You, my dear, are intoxicated.
What's pretty lady blush?
Perhaps I'll stop back later and have a bite to eat. That is, if you will be here, mademoiselle.
She'll be here all right. And we would be honored to have you join us for dinner this year.
In that case, I shall return this evening. Save your finest table for me, Lizette, and make sure it's clean. Until tonight, Chloe.
Oh, he is a pig! You're so right, Chloe. He's got mischief on his mind. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, for heaven's sake, he said, oh, you are the boy. I'm looking for trouble. Well, there probably is none.
You may try yours. But then again, you may be very wrong.
Thank you both for coming so quickly.
Your message sounded urgent, Maurice.
I have a matter of great importance to which I need your help.
We are sworn to protect and serve your enemies.
Always the musketeer, Athos. I want you to deliver this letter to Lieutenant Bernajoux in the town of Tavern.
We shall leave at once to deliver it.
That won't be necessary. Why don't you get a good night's rest and leave first thing tomorrow morning?
It must be a very important letter if you're sending two of us to deliver it.
Are you questioning my wishes, Monsieur Porthos?
Would I ever be so bold as to question you, Cardinal?
It would not be in your best interests. I will expect your report on your return from Canada.
Will there be anything else, sir?
I'm finished with the both of you for the moment. You're dismissed. The first thing I'm going to do when I am discovered in France is to deal a crushing blow to the two of them. And their little friend, Alice.
That man is a snake.
You're right, Porthos. And like a snake, he's coiled up and ready to strike.
What do you mean?
I don't know yet. It's just a feeling I have, but something tells me Cardinal Richelieu has some wicked plan in mind. We have to find out what that plan is.
to join me for breakfast?
Why should the two of us spend an hour together in the same room, trying desperately to make polite conversation, when we both know that I cannot stand the sight of you, and you would rather strangle me than eat?
I could do both, you know. Strangle you and then have my breakfast.
Right here in front of the office of the Musketeers. He insulted me greatly, and I tell him he's going to do a duel.
I know. I read all about it in the book.
What book? Did I say book? Well, what I meant to say was the letter. D'Artagnan wrote me a letter telling me all about his adventures here in Paris. Reminding me very much of your cousin when he first came to live in Paris. You aspire to be a Musketeer as well. Me? A Musketeer? I don't think so. Why not? It's a rather noble call. I've never even touched a sword before.
Well, then perhaps it's time you did. You'll never know when you have to defend yourself from some ruffian who township fight.
It's about time two of you showed up. Where have you been hiding yourself?
After we met with the cardinal, we stopped off to finally have our breakfast. And may I say that a full belly has put me in a much better disposition.
What matter of urgency did the cardinal have to discuss with the two of you?
He gave us this letter to deliver to Lieutenant Baron here in Calais. We are to leave tomorrow morning at sunrise.
You better be careful. Calais is near the channel. Town's bound to be rolling to think of a spot.
It would be my pleasure to encounter one or two of them. I'd have this English dog's dancing on the blade of my sword.
I can see it now. Terrified Englishmen swimming across the channel to escape the wrath of Phobos the Powerful.
But you insult both me and my new hat, and now you have the audacity to make fun of my extraordinary skills as a swordsman.
Why don't we show our young friend Jean just how extraordinary those skills are?
Are you challenging me to a friendly duel, Athos?
Draw your sword, Porthos. Unless you're afraid to be embarrassed when I'm waiting. Victory was more luck than skill.
That was terrific. Can you teach me how to do that?
Of course we can. You have three of the finest swordsmen and all the grunts at your disposal to teach you how to fight. Here, use my sword.
What do I do first? You must first learn to defend yourself. Keep yourself here with more power.
I believe the best form of defense is to avoid. It's all last order. And your opponent, causing him to lose his control, which is to your advantage.
Stop humming about it, fight.
See what I mean?
I believe in using a series of thrusts to take ground. Sooner or later, find your opponent into a trap.
And if you ever find yourself in a tight spot, you can always just run away.
Run away.
It gives you time to come up with a new strategy.
And the day may come when we won't be able to stand behind you. Now learn to stand on your own. Attack him, Baroness. Wait. Yes.
Oh, well done, boy.
Now, how about 2 against 1 and let's throw in a dagger for fun. For fun? Me?
I, for one, am exhausted. Come on, you give us three old men quite a workout, boys.
So let's go back to my room and we'll sit in the shade of the Tavern South Tavern. Oh, that's an excellent idea. And perhaps we can send Mazzini off to do something bold to drink.
Tomorrow.
Of course, you realize in that situation, you never would have won. Oh, I didn't give it to you. Oh, that's
almost as delicious as you are, my sweet.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
What a tempting offer.
Well, Seth has an excellent local pork cheese from very special guest. Would you care for a glass of it?
But yes, I would. I would like that very much.
Then let go of my hand and I will fetch it for you, sir.
The Musketeers had dirt duties, so they sent me here to stay with you. I hope that's all right.
You're welcome to my cabin anytime. Never in.
Oh, no, ma'am.
But sit down right over here, and I'll bring you something to eat.
But I don't have any money.
You will never need money in my cabin, John.
Thank you.
No. I will be working more sharp than you have, and you'll be turning heads of all the ladies in Paris before you know it.
Won't you, sit and have a glass with me, my sweet?
I'm afraid I can't. The judge is not allowing us to sit together.
I am not just any guest. I am captain of the Musketeers. And very soon I will be even more than that.
You're expecting a promotion, sir?
And expecting more than that, perhaps I'll invite you to come visit me when I'm living in the palace.
You'll be living in a palace, monsieur.
I expect the cardinal will ask me to live there when he is in charge.
What about King Louis and his other wife, Queen? I thought they weren't, you say, in charge.
Not for very long, Claudine. You'd better get used to serving Cornish pasties and tea with biscuits.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. I'm sure the English will be just as enamored of you as I am.
I do not like the English. They're our enemies.
You better get used to them, my dear. This place will be swarming with Englishmen once the garden's land is done.
Just what sort of plan does Eminence devise?
Certain things are better left unsaid, my sweet. Suffice it to say that our darling queen will be taking an unexpected little trip across the channel soon.
Her Majesty's going to England?
Not by her own choice, she isn't.
Shoot! Franz, Claudine! What the heavens? Mary, what have you done? Did you hear what he said?
Almost every word.
Did he say what I think he said?
What do you think he said?
Well, I'm not the smartest girl in Paris, but unless I'm very wrong, this wine is playing to get that queen.
Oh, that's impossible. You must have heard him wrong, Claudine.
No, she didn't, Lisette. He didn't come right out and say it, but I think Shakespeare and the cardinal were planning on kidnapping the queen and taking her to England.
And why on earth would they do such a terrible thing?
If they turn the queen over to the English, then the king will be forced to surrender all of France to them.
Oh, good Lord. We cannot allow the queen to be sold to the English. We must stop them.
But how are we going to do that, Lisette?
getting home?
Captain Giuseppe is sleeping safe and sound in his own bed.
And may I say, he wasted time. I hope no one saw us dragging through the streets.
Do you think he'll be all right?
He had a pretty nasty lump on his head when he did it, but I'm sure he'll be all right.
Now what is all this nonsense about a plan to kidnap the Queen?
It's not nonsense, Atlas. Josiah was bragging to Claudine about it just before she smashed him. You must have heard it. I cannot believe that even Cardinal Richelieu would do something so discreet. I wouldn't put anything past that man.
Well, I agree with Aramis. The three of you must have misunderstood what Giuseppe was saying. We're all just a little nervous and on edge because of the troubles we've been having with England.
Fine, then, the matter's settled. I, for one, am going back to my room to get some sleep. If my hindparts are going to spend the entire day tomorrow in the saddle of a horse on the road to Calais, they must be well rested. Wait a minute. That's it. What are you talking about? The letter that the Cardinal gave to Athos and Porthos. It must have something to do with the plot to kidnap the Queen.
For heaven's sake, there is no plot to kidnap the Queen.
Yes, there is, Athos. Where's the letter?
I have it right here in my pouch.
Open it. Read it.
I cannot do that. The letter is addressed to Lieutenant Berniger when I sworn on my honor as a musketeer not to do such a thing.
Then give it to me. I never swore such an oath.
Thank you, letter Athos. Deep in my heart, I know the boy's right.
Lieutenant
Lieutenant
Berniger.
we will arrive at the port of Calais on Monday afternoon. Be advised to have a boat ready at that time to cross the channel. Nothing fancy, a simple boat will do. I want her to be comfortable, not spoiled and pampered in the fashion to which she has grown accustomed. I trust that you will have no problem doing as I have instructed.
That's what she said. That's it. Nothing more.
We owe you an apology. You were right. They do plan to kidnap the Queen.
We're planning to arrive at Calais on Monday. We must be planning to take us sometime tomorrow. What are we going to do? How are we going to stop them?
We have to come up with a plan of our own. That way, when the Cardinal and Giuseppe arrive to kidnap the Queen, we will have a big surprise waiting for them.
I certainly hope that the skiing will be much better once the English have arrived. Isn't it a lovely morning, Giuseppe? Lord, you look a mess.
I'm afraid I had a bit too much to drink last night, God.
You must repent your drinking ways, my son.
Why should I have to repent when I have you to absolve me of my sins, God?
Is everything prepared for tonight's little adventure?
I have done as instructed. Let us hope your darling Dominique will do as well.
Have no doubt, sir, that I'm well prepared to play my part.
Good morning, my dear. Will you join me for some tea?
I'd rather swing from the gallows. I've dropped in just long enough to let you know that the Queen will be dining in her quarters this evening after Vesta. I will woo Aramis away from his guard post so that you and your little marionette man can pay her a visit.
I'd watch who I was calling names if I were you. I heard you call a few names yourself around the palace.
If you intend to recur, do it somewhere else.
I was just leaving.
And not a moment too soon. Your perfume was beginning to nauseate me.
told so if I were you, Giuseppe. She's as dangerous as a black widow.
She reminds me more of a fly that I can stalk whenever I choose. See you this evening, Colonel. Have a wonderful day.
I will, Giuseppe. Oh, and one thing more. Brush the teeth. The stench of last night's wine on your breath was beginning to nauseate me.
Sorry to disturb you, Your Majesty. There's something very important we must speak to you about.
not mean to frighten you, my lady.
You have done so nevertheless. Who are these ladies and this boy you have brought with you?
My name is Lisette, Your Majesty, and this is Claudine, and the boy's name is Sean. Please do not be afraid. We've come to help you.
Help me? I'm afraid I do not know what you mean. Why do I need your help?
You are in great danger, Your Majesty. Cardinal Richelieu plans to kidnap you this very night and deliver you to the English. He will hold you hostage until the king surrenders all of France.
You must be mistaken, Aramis. I know very well the cardinal is a corrupt man, but he would never dare to attempt such a thing.
But Aramis is telling the truth, Your Majesty.
You have to believe him.
If what you say is true, then we must go and tell my husband so he can deal with the cardinal.
There is no time for that, Your Majesty. Let's take you to a safe place, and then we will return and deal with the cardinal.
Why should I trust you? Why should I trust any of you?
You should trust us because we've come here and put our lives in danger to rescue you.
You are a very outspoken young man. But you are also very convincing. Tell me what it is you want me to do.
Seth and Claudine will hide you in another part of the palace. And when the cardinal comes to take you, it will be a surprise. He surely will come to the palace. Come along.
Are you nervous, Cardinal? Everything must go according to plan. What could possibly go wrong? Have you sent your little spider off to trap a fly in her? Well,
Dominique will do as I have told her. You would be wise to do the same.
soundest that you doubt my loyalty, Cardinal.
I do not fear your betrayal, she said. You know very well the price you would pay for doing so. Now, let's be on our way. We have work to do.
Well, Monsieur Aramis, so we meet again.
Mademoiselle Dominique. How lovely it is to see you. You look very nice this evening.
My sir, you make me blush.
Has the Queen retired this evening?
I believe she plans to read for a while before going to bed. She sent me to fetch her some tea. The halls of the palace are dark and frightening at this hour. Will you be a gentleman and walk with me to the kitchen?
Do not think I should leave my guard post, Dominique.
It won't be long for a minute. What could possibly happen in so short a time?
What indeed, my lady? I would be honored to escort you to the kitchen.
Forgive us for not knocking, Your Majesty, but we would like a word with you. Captain Shuzak and I have come to take you on a little journey. Dear Anne, you won't be needing your cape. The weather's really quite pleasant this time of year in England.
I bet we're not expecting me, Cardinal. I don't see Musketeers. We don't know that, Cardinal. And soon the king will know of them as well.
You fools. You have but added yet another enticing element to my plan. The death of the 3 musketeers! Shazak! Dominique!
a shame you will have to die so young, boy! Why, you little... Beloved Queen Anne will die. Dominique! Yes, sir!
There's no escaping now, Carlo.
You saved my life, and I shall always be grateful to you for doing so. Take him to the dungeon. And you, sir, were perhaps the bravest of all. When a gentleman rescues a lady from danger, she shows her gratitude by giving him her handkerchief of hair.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you, John.
This is too cool. I helped the Musketeers rescue the Queen.
That you did, boy.
We could not have done it without you.
And you must never forget the motto of the Three Musketeers, son. All for one,
And one for all. You look all right to me. You may have been laying here before my own robe all this time. It's only been a minute or two since I heard you. Mom, that's not right. I've been gone for 2 days. Somehow I went back in time and I met the three Musketeers. I helped them save the Queen.
Sounds like you had a pretty nice dream when you were knocked out.
And that's all it was? Just a dream?
I think you better come downstairs and sit with me for a little while. I want to make sure you're all right.
I'll be down.
I'll give you something cold.
It's the Queen's handkerchief. So it was real. It really did happen. You know, I think this book